Good evening, class. So tonight I'm going to explain a little bit about connectors. Mainly, we are going to check sequence connectors, okay? So I'm going to share with you my screen so that you can watch the presentation I prepared for you, okay? Right now, I'm going to share my screen. That's it. So now you're watching my screen. Mainly, I'm going to show you the PowerPoint presentation I made. Okay, so this is about sequence connectors. What's sequence? Well, we use sequence connectors to organize events in a story in chronological order. What chronological order means? It means the order they happened, okay? That's why they are called sequence connectors, right? Because they follow a sequence, right? So, for example, after Lucy left home, she walked to the train station. Then Lucy bought a ticket to London. Later, Lucy got the newspaper to read the news. Before Lucy got to her office, she bought a cup of coffee. Finally, Lucy arrived at her office on time for an conference. So as you can see, the red words, the words in red are we have after, then, later, before, finally. These five sequence connectors are very recognized. You already know after, which is después, then, luego, later, más tarde, before, antes, finally, finalmente. Okay? And the events. Lucy left home. She walked to the train station. Lucy bought a ticket to London. Lucy got the newspaper to read the news. Lucy got to her office. She bought a cup of coffee. Lucy arrived at her office on time for an important conference. Generally, when we use after and before, we have two pieces of information in a same sentence. Cuando utilizamos after y before, siempre utilizamos dos partes de información en una misma oración. Por ejemplo, aquí, after Lucy left home, es una parte, Lucy left home. La segunda parte, she walked to the train station. Luego, cuando tenemos before Lucy got to her office, esa es la primera idea. She bought a cup of coffee. Right? Segunda idea. Okay. So now let's check what sequence connectors we have. In general, the most recognized sequence connectors are first, second, then, later, after that, after, before that, next, finally. As you can see, we have after that, after, before that, before. Why do we have two? Generally, after that is después de eso. After, después que. Before, antes que. Before that, antes de eso. That's it. Okay? So now let's practice a little bit using one of these sequence connectors to complete the lines. Okay? In the first line, you need one, and on the second line, a different connector. Two different connectors from the list. We have first, then, later, after, before, and finally. And the information. Mary got up and took a shower. She cooked breakfast and woke the children up. You ready to check? Okay, the first one. First, Mary got up and took a shower. Then she cooked breakfast and woke the children up. It's very simple is if we follow a routine, a daily routine in the morning. First, we get up, then we have a shower, we cook breakfast, and in this case, they give us a piece of information that is that she woke her children up, right? Okay. Let's check a second exercise. First, then, later, before that, next, finally. And we have only one space to fill in. Mr. Travers went to the studio and took a book. He went upstairs to bed. All right. So the correct sequence connector here is then. We can also have another option that is next. Okay, in this case we can use both then or next. Uno de los dos pueden utilizarlo, ya sea then, luego o next, enseguida. Right? La información, Mr. Travers went to the studio, fue a su estudio and took a book, tomó un libro. Then he went upstairs to bed. Después se subió a acostarse. O enseguida de eso subió a acostarse. Okay. Let's check another. Then, later, after that, after, before that. Amanda went to bed. She watched a bit of TV. Remember, went to bed, se acostó, watched a bit of TV, vio un poco de televisión. You ready to check? All right. Here the correct connector is before. Before Amanda went to bed, she watched a bit of TV. Antes que Amanda fuera a la cama, vio un poco de televisión. Recuerden, before es antes que. Si utilizamos before that, es antes de eso. Right? Como aquí no hemos nombrado nada, si pusiéramos antes de eso, Amanda fue a la cama, ella vio un poco de televisión, no tendría sentido. Entonces es antes de que Amanda fuera a la cama. Right? Okay. Well, so let's check another exercise. We have after that, after, before that, next, or finally. Only one is correct. Annie bought some things in the supermarket, but she took some money out from the ATM. Okay. Remember, ATM es lo que llamamos en español cajero automático. Ese es un ATM. So the idea she took some money out from the ATM es ella retiró algo de dinero del cajero automático. Annie bought, Annie, el nombre de Annie, de Anita, bought some things, compró algunas cosas in the supermarket, pero, before that, antes de eso, she took some money out from the ATM. Aquí hemos mencionado información antes de utilizar el before that. Before that, antes de eso. ¿De eso qué? Lo que acabamos de mencionar. Annie bought some things in the supermarket. ¿Ok? Cuando utilizamos before that o after that, siempre hemos previamente dado algo de información. Ok, last exercise, el último ejercicio. Then later, after that, Susan got married. She had a wonderful celebration with all her family. Only one option is correct. Okay, so the correct one is after. After Susan got married, she had a wonderful celebration with all her family. Después de que Susan se casó. She had a wonderful celebration, tuvo una celebración encantadora o magnífica with all her family, con toda su familia. Right? So, remember, sequence connectors appear in stories. Remember that. In stories. En historias, narraciones, anécdotas, por ejemplo, right? Sequence connectors are used to organize events, to give us sequence. Sequence connectors are very simple and easy to use, similar to Spanish. Son muy similares al español, por lo tanto, son sencillos de usar. Hay que saber las diferencias, por ejemplo, entre los que utilizan alguna preposición que los acompaña, como after that y before that. Okay? Well, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Paro de compartir mi pantalla. I hope this short video conference is helpful for any one of you who are interested in checking information about sequence connectors, right? This is the last and final video conference we are going to have in our virtual course because right now we are about to finish it. This is the final week of our virtual course too. So the idea was tonight to show you something useful for you to check with the different topics we have studied. We have studied past, so now you can talk about past situations, anecdotes, and stories. We have studied the present perfect, simple and continuous, which also refer to past experiences, to past events, okay, or actions. And we have studied other past forms and future forms. Any kind of tense, it doesn't matter if it is present, past, or future, we can use as sequence connectors in order to make an idea of the order of events we want to express, right? The idea also to make this video conference tonight was to solve any doubt or any question you have before we close all topics and units to study virtually, right? So as I see, many of you couldn't log in tonight as on other previous video conference, but I hope you can have the time to play and check this recording later, ¿ok? Espero que puedan tener algún tiempo para poder ver la grabación de esta videoconferencia luego, ya que veo que ninguno de los estudiantes citados o convocados, invitados a esta videoconferencia, pudieron asistir en el horario. Esta es la última semana de nuestro curso y para el cierre quería hacer una videoconferencia en caso de que tuvieran dudas respecto a el término del curso. Sin embargo, pues si igual no pudieron ingresar a la videoconferencia, podemos resolver las dudas a través de otro medio, ya sea escrito. Okay? So thank you very much and I hope to see you in next time. Goodbye.